Welcome back to Bambu Eats, guys. Today I have one of my favorite things, one of my favorite recipes to cook and eat. We're gonna be making pizza, homemade pizza. And who doesn't like that, you know? Growing up in New York City, eating pizza is just a part of our lives. So what I'm gonna be doing is making everything from scratch as much as I can. We're gonna be making the dough from scratch. We're gonna be making the sauce from scratch. So come join me and you're gonna enjoy this recipe, and I hope you guys make it at home. I'll see you in a few. The Bambu Eats. Hey guys, so we're back. So the best thing to do is just get started with some of our pizza dough. So I'm gonna move this over here right quick. What we're using today for this pizza dough is actually bread flour, specifically King Arthur's bread flour. It's really good, and to me, it makes the best crust. You get that buttery crust, a little crispiness with that. And we're gonna be making a thin pizza today. We might do some Chicago deep dish in the future, but I'll get back to you on that. So let's get started. Got the flour, and what I'm gonna do is take a teaspoon of dry yeast, just pour it into that, and 2/3 of a cup of warm water. All right, and what I'll do is grab me a spoon real quick and get that mixed up. All right, use this little dreidel like this and sort of mix this up. Now with this, you know, we're just trying to get that dough. Right. I'm gonna get this mixed up, and when we get to kneading it and it forms into a little ball, alright guys, so what I did to get this to the texture it is now, I added about 1/3 of a cup of warm water to it. And what I'm doing right now is just placing some dry all-purpose flour. And you want to just do that and roll this around in this for a little while. And you see, what we want to get is that ball. Alright, so I'm just going to massage that. This is basically kneading the dough for a little while, getting everything together. Alright, smoothing things out. See, you just use this flour from time to time, just rub it on top. Get in there, just form that dough. You just really want to massage it for about 5 to 10 minutes. And I do it closer to the 10-minute side, and you won't regret it, you know, later on. All right, so what we're doing is we're gonna massage this like this. Been doing this for a little bit. And once we get the ball consistency we want, get those wrinkles out of it. What you want to do is grab a little plastic bowl similar to this, and we want to let that sit, and we want to let this dough rise. Okay, so in the meanwhile, while we have the dough rising, we'll get to making our pizza sauce. All right, and we're just gonna let that sit. What we're gonna do is, you want to put this somewhere warm, guys. All right, we're gonna wrap it and put it somewhere warm off on the side. It'll take about 2 hours to get to rise and double in this size, as you see right here. And I'll see you over here by the stove top for the pizza sauce. All right, now we'll be back and see you guys really soon. All right guys, so let's get started with the pizza sauce. First things first, I'm just gonna liberally put a little bit of olive oil throughout the pan. All right, and I want to grease that pan. Basically, I don't want the pizza sauce to burn onto the pan, if you get what I'm saying. All right, so you see, we got our pot pretty hot. We're gonna get that, it's too hot, that tomato sauce in. And we're gonna turn that heat down. All right, guys. Don't get it that hot, but just turn the heat down a little bit and it cleared up, all right? Make sure I clean that up a little bit. But with this, what we're gonna do is just start adding our ingredients, all right? So I got a teaspoon each of parsley and oregano. I'll let that go inside. All right. This is about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're not gonna need much salt. You also have about a teaspoon of some sugar goes in there. All right. And I got some Parmesan cheese. All right. I just turned that down a little bit more. Granulated garlic, and this is some freshly ground black pepper. and that's about a half a teaspoon. So we just spin that up a little bit. You just want everything to just blend in a way. It's still gonna look a little grainy, and it's just gonna be very flavorful sauce. And with pizza sauce, you don't want it to be too much though. You just don't want to take away from everything. I think great thing about pizza, it's just like all the flavors just blend really well, and I mean that's basically what you want. If you could smell it right now, it starts to distinctly smell like what we would call pizza sauce as compared to the other tomato type sauces. All right, so I just stirred that up, and I'm going to do is put this top on, and we're just going to let this sit. I'm going to put it on low, between a 2 and 3 here, low heat. And we're gonna let that sit for about 20 minutes, and what that's gonna allow for all the flavors to come together, all right? So we'll have our pizza sauce, and we'll have our dough, and it's just simple. It's pizza sauce, dough, and some mozzarella cheese we're gonna be using today. Get that in the oven. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this cook together, and by the time I get back, we'll be ready to assemble. So I'll see you guys in a few, man. Alright guys, so basically what I did was we let the dough rise, and it rose to about double the size it was before. So I actually cut it in half with one of these, and we'll be able to make 2 pizzas of this size today. Alright, so what you're going to need to do is lightly grease this with a little bit of olive oil, and also your dough, just a little bit, just to get it, you know, nice and smooth. So as you see, those famous little pizza shows, and if you've been to, you know, New York live in person, they love to flip the pizza in the air. I'm not a pizza man. I'm not good at that, and I don't want to mess up nobody's kitchen. Alright, so I'm just going to massage it to the point where it's a little loose. We're not going to try to have any holes. If you do get holes, just boil the dough back up. Alright, and this is good. Now, just simply massage this and get it out. Let me see. You see it's starting to thin a little bit. Kind of get this flat and circular all around. And it's coming along pretty good. Alright, see, get a little bit of holes in there. You just knead it to the point where it's coming along. Alright, it's almost about where we're going to want our pizza. Alright. Now what I'm going to do real quick is get this in the oven for about 2 minutes only, alright? And we're just gonna allow our dough just to harden just a little bit, so when we pour our sauce on it, don't get all like mushy and sticky, okay? So I'm gonna throw this in the oven, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, guys, so I took the pizza out the oven. All right, you're only in there about 2 minutes. You can see it just stiffened up a little bit, got into a little bit firm. So now it's gonna be time to put the sauce on. So I'll grab it off the pot. All right. Now with this pizza sauce, especially the style I'm making it, you don't need a lot of sauce. So we're just gonna take some of this and do it like that. And whatever we have on here, we'll just spread it out like this. And as you see, this is exactly the amount of sauce we'll need. All right. And if you look at this thing right here, it's about exactly half of the depthness of that. All right, we'll just take our mozzarella cheese and just liberally coat our pizza. All right. And this is shredded mozzarella. You could also do this with fresh mozzarella, and you could slice it into like these little circles, and it'll more be like how they make it in Italy, actually. Right here, this is how we do it in the good US of A. We do shredded cheese, all right? All right, now that I got that, I'm gonna move that over. I'm not gonna make this extra cheesy, all right? I'm gonna take all of that. What we're gonna do is grab this, and we're gonna put this back in, and we're gonna put it in for about 8 minutes, all right? So I'll put this back in the oven, and by the time I take it out, we'll be ready to cut and taste this. I'll see you guys really soon. Meet me back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, so I made some garlic knots. Just add a little bit of garlic and oregano. We're gonna throw this in the oven and take out our pizza. Look at that right here. Now that's a beauty. You can't get better than that. And this looked like the stuff that you get from the artisan restaurants, and so, whew, man, I'm speechless. I love pizza. Just look at it bubble. All right, so what we're gonna do is gonna let this cool down a bit, and we're gonna get to cutting up some slices for us in the game. So let me let this cool down, and I'll be ready to serve to a special guest taster. I'll see you guys in just a few. Bambu. All right, guys, so we're done with everything. As you see, the garlic knots, they came out really great. We got a little bit of marinara sauce right here, and we got our pizza right here. So regular of the show, Tony D, he's gonna come here and he's gonna test, and you know he's always honest. So let's see what's going on.
Try first. Just be honest. Which one?
You know what? Try the pizza first.
Try the pizza first?
Yeah, try the pizza first.
Hold me, because I'm getting weak.
I want you to see something. Look at the back of that. This is exactly how you want it.
Nutritious. That's the word.
Nutritious.
You know what I like about this, Sean? No grease.
Yeah.
No grease. No grease.
Look at that. So for all you girls out there on the diet, guys, I want to check these garlic knots out, man.
How you make this?
I'm making some pizza dough. Took a little bit of olive oil, sprayed a little oregano, some garlic, granulated garlic, and knotted it. It's a great way to recycle food, man. Don't throw food away. I'm gonna try some of this too. Oh my god, that feels good. Oh my god.
Exquisite.
We're about to make about 5 more of these. If you need to order one, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? We delivering everything. But it's another great show of Bambu Eats, man. And I thank all you guys so much for joining me. We're gonna finish up this pizza. Me and Tony D. He brought some his Charlotte clothing line, man. He brought some gear for me to check out.
Oh, yeah, new stuff coming on the way. We'll keep that quiet.
Okay, new stuff coming on the way.
How many people hitting me up?
All right, then. But he got some gear for me, so I'm about to check that out. And we'll see you guys next time on Bambu Eats. Peace and love.